Lady C, Lady C, Lady C, my sister. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good day. How are we doing? TikTok is notifying people. Let's wait a second. I'm early today and I really want to quickly share my message. Hello, my beautiful sister. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Power tap while we wait on others to join. If you're keen to join us, power tap, tapute, tapute. It seems people are just here. They are not trying to tapute. Tapute, tapute. Jaye one. Good afternoon. Let's wait a few minutes. Kindly tapute, power tap and share the live stream with other people. Please tapute. Amy Brown, Owo one. What happened is TikTok not sharing the algorithm with people. If you don't share the live stream, the algorithm will not move. Share now. If you know you are here to support, share. And if you're here to learn, share. Share. Victoria Oforiat, you are welcome. People are on YouTube. You are welcome. Okay, let's start. Who is that girl? Titi Akin something. You are welcome. Good afternoon, good day, good morning, good evening. I greet you according to your time zone. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday, World Creation Money Matters with POC. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Hallelujah. Today's topic is step by step to money game. Do you know money is a game? Have you ever tried money game to play money before? Have you ever tried? Society tells you that it's only man can be a breadwinner. That is a lie. It's not just only men that can be a breadwinner. We have seen a lot of women that are breadwinner even though they are married. Ọlọ́run gbógo fọ́lẹ̀ wọn. So it's not just only the man that are meant to be breadwinner. There are women too that are breadwinner. They are in charge even though they are the wife, but God help them, right? Financially, they are up there better than the man. And there is no sin, no qualms. There shouldn't be any argument between you and your woman. If you are in that such relationship that your wife is finance is more healthier than yours, my dear, thank God for that. Why? Because God knows that he knows everything before he join you together or you got connected. He's helping you to relieve you because he knows that it's not that your wife forí ẹ gbàjọ àbí forí ẹ gbà pàrọ̀. No, as some people will say in Yoruba, ìyàwó ti forí ẹ̀ gba pàrọ̀. When they see your wife making it, doing better than you, they will say, oh, your wife has done voodoo for you so that you will be at the bottom and she will be at the top. No, it's your kadara. It's how God created it for you. Nobody is using your God whatever given talent. Nobody is using it. It's you. So don't blame anybody that is doing greater than you. That is how God created that person. Okay, so today I want to talk about step by step money game. Do you know money is a game? Right? I've talked about the society that tells you man is always should be the breadwinner. No, not every man should be the breadwinner, but sometimes women also are breadwinner. Okay, money is a number game. If you want to increase your finance this year 2026, you have to master the game. You must understand how money works. You must understand how to save. You must understand how important for you to understand when your cash flow is important in your life. Cash flow is very, very important. Either you're in business or not, you need cash flow because that is what you can fall back to. Okay, so you should understand your spending habit and savings. If you want, hi darling Ali, how are you darling? Good afternoon. If you want to be better, if you want your finance to increase this year, understand and know that savings is part of how you can help yourself moving forward. Because if you don't have that culture of saving, every penny that comes into your hand you just want to spend, you will not have money. You will be poor. You'll be living in penury. But when you learn how to save, that saving is for a rainy day. That saving will help you along the way. Let me share this story. We have a tenant, right? And last year when I was there, I noticed how this guy, they are couple with children. I noticed how the guy will just go out in the morning, come back night, the children, the wife, and I'm thinking, which kind of job is this man doing? Even on Sundays, he doesn't have time with his family. I said, oh, no, on Sunday they will go to mosque, and then when they come back, he's gone out again. And I'm so curious. I said, what kind of job are you doing? So he now told me. I said, okay. So when it was time for him to make a payment for something to us, he was saying, grandma, please give me time, oh, give me till next week, oh, give me till 1 week, give me to 2 months. I said, okay, no worries. But after some times, I realized that he didn't keep up his promise. So I called him. I said, sit down. I asked him how long he's been married, how long, how old is he? I know the children are very small and all of that. And I tried to lecture him in a way that is going to help him. So I wanted to understand the kind of job he's into. He told me. And I said, okay, do you get this job regularly, like every month or every 2 months? He said no. He said, once in a time, once in a life, maybe once in 3 months, once in 6 months. And I said, okay, I agree that you get a job now. So for the next 3 months, is it possible that you get another business? Because he's into a business, right? He said no. I said, okay, what do you do with the money that comes into your hand? He says he used this to pay children's school fees, he used this for that, he sent money to his parents and all of that. And I lectured him. I said, listen, even if you are earning 1,000 naira a month, that 1,000 naira, what you should do is to divide it into 3 places. Number one part of it goes into a savings that you cannot touch or you mustn't touch. Discussing Christian money matters. How the game system works. Okay, so And the second part of it is for your house keep, maybe rent and all of that. You keep it. You are saving it towards your next rent. So the third part of it is what you and your family should live on. I told him twice or thrice this year when he was about to pay rent, right? The rent was due. And the caretaker that was taking the rent from him went to him and said, okay, your rent is due, blah blah blah. So he now sent me a message and said, grandma, the caretaker came to him to ask him for rent. I said, yes, of course, because he was the one that you got this place from, so you're supposed to pay the rent into his account and he will transfer it into our account. He said, oh, I don't know why you should be calling. I said, no, don't say that. I don't know you, we don't know you, we got to know you through him, and we got to stay here through him. And if we don't trust him, we will not be putting money in his into his account. Anyway, after the first week, he said, oh, he's in a job, he's expecting some money. I said, this time last year, right, I was home and I gave you a valid information that can help you, your finance. So it means you did not take it on board. It means you just heard it, but you didn't practice what I said. I wasn't telling you so that you can keep up with the rent because you are living in our house. I'm telling you for your own comfort and peace of mind. You don't have to live in our house to give you the advice that can help you, seamlessly without going through stress. Because money can make you go through stress if you don't have it. Can you power tap? Please, power tap whoever is standing by and supporting. God bless you. Right? Without money, you can't do too much. You can't go far. Your children's school fees are there. You have to feed them. In fact, there was the day the wife was saying, you are going out, you are not going to leave the money. When are you coming back? I was ashamed for myself and for him and said, how can a wife be telling the husband, you are going out, we will not leave money for feeding allowance? I was ashamed. So I had to call the wife and say, come inside. And I told her, no, don't do that again. You don't know. Maybe the neighbors are hearing you. You don't know. Thank you, awkward laugh. Thank you for liking the live stream. Thank you for liking. God bless you. Right? You don't know who is listening. If it doesn't leave any money, you also could help him by, just supporting him financially. You are here, you are not working. So it's only one income that is feeding the 4 of you or the 5 of you. They have 3 children. It's only one income. So it's not easy in Nigeria. It's not easy for them. It's not easy for him. And he doesn't get job like every month. The kind of job that he's doing. He's running his own business, working for, as a contractor or something like that. You understand? So he doesn't get the job. And I have even told him, go to sites where they do this building. Go and give them your number. Even if you have to do concrete, go and do it so that income will be coming in. We are talking step by step how to understand how money works for you and how you can earn more, how you can, have more than enough instead of struggling. Okay? First, you must understand, you must have a good relationship with money. You must understand how money plays a role in managing it. You must understand how money works. You must understand that, money plays a role in your life. Without money, you can't live. I don't mean that you will buy, but you cannot live. You cannot do anything that you wish to do. You cannot eat. You cannot do much without money. So with money, it goes a long way, even if it's not much. All right? So it's your money. It's either you do a foul play with it or you are serious about it. It's your money. It's either you understand how to manage that money and to multiply the money to work for you. This is where the palaver is. If you don't understand how money works, how would you know how to multiply the money? If you have a savings, at least you know that money is for your rent. I saw a lady yesterday when she was comparing house rent and all of that. The landlord gave her a quit notification and she went out on house hunting. Preference, right? It depends on what you like. So she went to the first uh, is it apartment or a house sha. When she got there, she was complaining she didn't like it, she didn't like that, and the money was about, I think, 8 million for 2 years. And she left there and went to see the other uh, property. When she got there, she said, oh, that 4 bedroom is too much for her. She needed maybe 2 bedroom or max 3 bedroom. And she couldn't afford what they were asking for 15 million per year. Okay? So that is by the way. She knows a budget. She understands that she cannot go beyond. Maybe she's between the rank of 8 million to 10 million or 5 million to 8 million per annum. If she doesn't have the money, will she be going for house hunting? If she did not save money or have excess money available, will she be going for house hunting? She wouldn't. She will probably be begging the landlord, please, oh oga, please, oh, give me time, give me time. But she did not beg because she knows that she also wanted to move. The landlord said, leave my house, I need my property. It's not by force. No, you should then move forward, move on. So she decided to go and hunt for property. Now, it boils down to the number of rooms she wanted. It's not the money that was a challenge. A challenge now is the number of rooms, in quotes. Maybe according to what she mentioned in the video, that I needed at least maximum 3 bedroom flat or house or bungalow, right? So in other words, it's not about the money. She understood that, I need to pay for this. Hi, Tijesu, how are you? Good afternoon, right? She knows that she has to pay. So she is not struggling financially, but she needed, a suitable apartment or property for her. So you or someone who doesn't have that money, you will end up begging and begging and begging. So coming back to this man's story. This year, she said, oh, he said he has the money, he kept the money with someone. And I said, no. I said, last year when we were talking, you agreed that you will put this money in a savings that you will not touch, which it showed me amount of money that he has been saving. Maybe he dabbed into, he touched the money and start using the money for something else. I don't know. So I didn't want to question him so that it will not look as if because he's living in our house and then I want to be monitoring him. It's not so. But for his own sake and his own comfort, when you understand the game of money, you will not lack anything. I'm telling you, you will not lack anything at all. Because if you plan your income, and I've used 1,000 naira as a case study, you earn 1,000 naira every month. 1,000 naira, you must divide it. You should divide this into 3 places. One part is for your rent, towards your rent. You may not be paying rent every month, maybe once in a year, right? So that's 300 naira is saved towards maybe you are paying 100,000 a year or 300,000. It depends on your income. So that money will be saved every month. So when the time comes for you to pay your rent to the landlord, you will not have any issue. You will not be stressed. The second part of that money, another 300 pounds, you put it maybe towards um, your children's school fees and all other things. Another part, the top part of it, is for you to live on. So tell me, if you plan that way and you followed judiciously that principle, my dear, you will not miss it. Some people call it 60. The principle is 60-20-20 or 60-40. It depends. Or 80-20. It depends. But I always use the principle of 60-20-20. So at least 60% probably goes to the rent and the rest and all of that. So 20 goes to housekeep, your children's school fees and all of that. The extra 20% goes to something else. So when you plan it that way, you can never miss it. Okay? So there are ways to manage money. You either save it or you spend. As you are earning, you give, because giving is part of success. If you don't know, giving, when you give, the Bible says, the Lord blesses the hands that give. If you want to give bountifully, give without grudging. I'm not saying you should go to church alone. You can give to people that you know that they are in need, like elderly, like widows, grandparents that you know that they are living alone. They may have their children, it doesn't matter. That you can just give. Their prayer alone is enough for you. They will not pay you back. They cannot pay you back. But that prayer, àdúrà tó máa jáde lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu àgbà, is an everlasting prayer that will resonate on on your life for the rest of in your life for the rest of your life. The prayer that comes from their mouth, it's not that you just want, some may not even pray for you, but I trust our elderly people, our mama and papa. They must pray. They will pray, and I love doing that. When I do it, I have peace of mind. People that are in need, when I do it, I have peace of mind. They don't need to pay me back. You don't have to do it, but do it by giving. You will find favor in the sight of God and in the sight of man. I'm telling you. Okay? So when you manage your money, right, you must understand that you must save. It depends on how you spend. Some people are reckless spender. The moment the money enter their hand, they've already budgeted. Even before the money enter their account, they've already calculated, this is going, that amount is for this one is for this one is for that. They've already spent the money before the money enter their account. That is a reckless spender. A reckless spender doesn't care about tomorrow. Even the Bible said, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will provide for itself. But, if you are wise enough, you must plan for tomorrow. That is why they always say, save for raining day. My mom will always say, má fi gbogbo ìka mẹ́wẹ̀ẹ̀wá jẹun. Don't use the 10 fingers to eat. When you are using this 5 finger to eat, keep the remaining on the other hand and save it. Okay, so now, by giving, I've said giving is something that is very, very good for you. You must give. So your finance fits into one of these three. It's either you learn to save, or you are a big spender, or you just earn and you don't know how the money goes out anyhow. So let's start with earning as a salary earner or a wage. Most people are into 9 to 5, and I love 9 to 5 job. I've been there. So that was what I did. I enjoyed 9 to 5. I had no no regrets. Even all my jobs that I have done in this country, I've never regretted it because they are high-end salary, and I enjoyed, right? But these days it's totally different to my time. Things are very, very expensive, and you have these children growing so fast to the extent that everything they see online. Oh, mommy, can you help me? I need this. Daddy, I need that. No, you can provide for their needs but not for their wants. If they want it, tell them to go and work. In this country, the first time I had the shock of my life, back home, you can be 21 in your father's compound. You can grow to 30 years. They will not send you out. They will be say praying for you to get married so that you can move away. But in this country, the first time I saw it and I heard it, this Eyibo told the son, you are now 16. I will give you 2 more years. If you are 18, the day you are 18, if you don't go and get a job, right, you will pack your load and leave this house. And exactly that is what she did. She has given this boy, a son, 2 years notice. When he turned 16, he said, I will give you 2 more years, right? Prepared his mind towards when he will be 18, and this guy didn't budge. When he thought maybe he thought it was a joke, and I didn't get it myself. I'm thinking, is she crazy? Why would you send her? She's not a bad mother. Come on, Medi she's not a bad mother. You must train your children how to be independent when they are grown up. She's not a bad mother. She was trying to tell him that you have to learn to be independent. Let's say in the worst scenario, if the woman died, would he not find a way to live? Would he not find his own way to earn a living? She's not a bad mother. But it was a shock to me because back home, our parents never did that. I don't know now, but then my parents did not. Even the people that I knew then, they never did that. You can be in your 30s, they still live in your father's house. They will not ask you to leave because where do they want you to go? But this country is totally different. So when he turned 18, the mom said, now, make up your mind. What do you want to do? Are you going to look for a job? And he doesn't want to go and get a job. He was saying, oh, how can I be doing McDonald's? Or how can I don't want to be doing cleaning. Who is going to employ me? He did not see beyond his nose. So the mother kicked him out. But in this country, there is a government that will support. So he ran to the government to be giving him a weekly allowance on the terms that he will be searching for job, or if he wants to continue his education, he can do that. But this country, they spoil children. But Medi, the mother is not a bad mother. I supported the mother. He will find a way, but it's gonna bring a lot of unneeded hardship. Maybe my friend on YouTube said the guy will find a way, but it's gonna bring a lot of unneeded hardship. Let me tell you, we learn through hardship. You learn through hardship. Once you are falling, my dear, you will not want to repeat the same mistake again. So going through hardship is not the end of your life. It's not the end of your life. To become great in life, you must go through some paths that will make you strong and better. Hardship is part of success. Hardship is not that you have no life. After all, you are not eating from the street. What about people that goes to bin in those days? Exactly. Thank you for agreeing with me. I remember many years ago, right before they stopped, Tesco, any supermarket that time, these homeless, even not only the homeless, I knew twins, one elderly twins that were living in our area. Every evening, I saw them because I went shopping. Every evening, they will go to Tesco's bin. That time, Tesco never shut their gates, because of delivery and all of that. So the gate is always left open, and they have been. So everything that they sold that they didn't sell on that day, they always put dates on their products. They will sell by date. They call it sell by date. So for example, if it's a loaf of bread that is expiring today, they will sell it tomorrow. They will sell it today. Why? Because it's against the rules, right? But after putting those items out in the bin, people will go and start picking. So he now taught, thank you whoever is there, he now taught this supermarket that this bread that we thought is not going to be eatable or edible, people pick them. And let me tell you, they pick them without paying. No, they don't even go shopping. All their shopping is to go and scavenge the bin and then put it. Sometimes some of them will go with 2 bags. This trolley, this shopping trolley, you will see them pulling the trolley, the full of food, tin food, fresh food, frozen food, chicken, meat, because they sell by date. But after some time, they stop doing that. What do they do now? Those expiry food now, they will reduce the cost. If they are selling that loaf of bread for 54p, they will now reduce it to 29p, so that people can take it and they will sell it, instead of losing everything. Before, everything changed. Now everything has changed. So I'm giving this example so for you to understand that even not only you as a single person, as a company, those big supermarkets, they cut what they were giving out free. They thought it's something that has expired. According to the rules of this country, they must abide. Otherwise, the inspector can walk in and start checking, the shelves and say, oh, why is this bread is sweet here? Like the lady that spoke about expired bread for 3 months and has not gotten mold, and it still smell fresh. Oh, they put some chemical. Oh, they put that. And the owner of the bomb bread also did a video that if you don't know what was inside the bread to make it fresh, don't go to the public domain and start backlashing us. Let me tell you, this bread they sell by date. Sometimes mothers or parents, they buy like 10 loaves of bread because of children they have, how many children they have. They will put them in the freezer. If you bring them out of the freezer and the bread is stopped, it's still fresh, it's still eatable, it's still edible. African, some people even they eat mold. Do you know mold is even good for your system? Do you know that mold, kí lẹ̀ ń pè ní mold náà, ó ti bu ẹbu. Back home, because of heat, when you make eba and leave it for maybe till the second day, it starts making, you see some small mold. We call it mold, I don't know, but mold, like fluffy thing on top that is growing. You can just rinse it and then put it in hot water once the water is boiling, and then make fresh eba and eat. It's not going to kill you. Mold is good for your immune system. Má jẹ́ káwọn òyìnbó ìwà sọ fún ẹ pé all these things is killing you. All this mold is good for your system. All this bitter leaf is good for your system. It cleans you inside out. Mold is good. Go and search. Go and research it. Mold is very, very good. Bread that is moldy, shake it off. Remove that fluffy thing. Shake it. Toast it and eat. It's not going to kill you. Try it. It helps the immune system. You know, some immune system are so weak. It helps build your immune system, your gut. You know, why are they asking you to eat fermented food? In those years, we are not talking about food, but let me chip it in. In those years, in the time of our grandparents, the hunters, how did they preserve their meat? Salt. Salt. How do we come by making moi moi without the skin of the beans? Because they know that the beans is the skin itself is what give you gas. Some people, when they eat beans, their stomach will, for me, my stomach will be bloated. I will be uncomfortable throughout the day. But I didn't notice it. That is the cause. So at some point, I started soaking beans overnight before I cook it the following day. Like every Saturday, I used to cook beans. So on Friday, I will pick my beans, clean it, put it in a bowl, put cold water, leave it till the following morning when I'm going to cook. Why? To remove those chemicals they use in preserving the beans. And again, to reduce the gas that is inside that skin. Maybe the black eye beans or the yellow brown beans. You know, if you eat it, your stomach will be bloated, and that is the gas. That is why our mother, you know, our parents, our grandparents realize that when you remove that skin, you know, you can use the beans, you can cook it like that. You can cook it to make what do you call it, gbegiri. You can cook it like that and make add it to egbo. Egbo is what do you call it, corn, made with corn, cooked with corn, and then you mix it together. There are so many things people are eating that they don't understand. I'm going on Saturday, by the grace of God, I'm going to talk about the science of food in medicine. That is why they say make food your medicine, make medicine your food. There is a lot of people don't know, and it's causing them havoc, danger in their system and in their life, you know. So when you understand what to eat, it will help you live a better life. Apart from, you know, enjoying your life, but whatever you want whatever you put inside will surely show outside. Okay, so you don't have to spend extra money. No, just eat simple things, small things that you people ignore. Have you ever tried aloe vera with lemon and drink it first time in the morning? Have you ever tried to eat raw water leaf with salt? Just rinse it with salt and eat it raw. But they will say, oh, it's slimy. The slimy thing is what is working in your life. You people, you overcook vegetable. Vegetable supposed to be crunchy and green, not brown. Many of you, tẹ́ bá máa ṣẹ̀fọ́ báyìí, gbogbo ẹ̀fọ́ yẹn ó máa ti dúdú lórí ọ̀nà kẹ́ tó jẹ. You've lost all the nutrients that you need. Hey, we are talking about finance here. Let me go back to the point. I don't want to stay too long. What's the time now? 30 minutes. Okay? So yeah, if you're a salary earner, you are into 9 to 5 job, and your goal in that job is to work your way up, and normally that is how it should be. If they start you maybe as level 1, maybe into next 2 years they upgrade you to level 2, level 3, level 5, level 7. For the rest of your life, I don't think you will reach level 13 or level 14. That means you have worked 39 years of your life for somebody serving them, maybe for government, maybe for company, instead of you working your own way, living in your own time. And those 39 years, my dear, you will not be at the same level when they make you redundant or you retired and you be earning. One day my sister said to me, sister, do you know how much they pay me for my retirement, for pension? I said, how much? When she mentioned it, I said, what sort of lie is that? How can they be paying you that? Say, sister, and she showed me a bank account. I say, so all these years you work with Ministry of Works and Housing, so this is how much. So all this grade, this level 14, this level 16, is this what you are? So I'm giving you wisdom. You younger ones that are still working under company, under ministry, under government or whatever, go and start your own thing. And another thing, most importantly, go and start farming. Because in the next 2-3 years, my dear, drought. You see this Boko Haram that is in Nigeria, it's a planted thing. One plant here. That is why Nigeria is so cashless now. To the extent when it comes a time when there is drought, no food, before they can give you a cup of rice, they must inject you with their number 666. They've been saying this thing longest time, and it's about to come to our life. What's this man that is helping Africa, sending money? What's his this billionaire, American billionaire man's name? I can't remember his name. Kí lorúkọ? I can't remember. So he divorced with his wife 2 years ago or so. I can't remember. Anyway, I will talk about that on Saturday by the grace of God. Okay, so as a 9 to 5 worker, you need Elon Musk. Thank you, passive income. Let me clap for my sister. No, not Elon Musk. Not Elon Musk. Not Elon Musk. What is the name of this other one? No, the one that wears glasses. Belinda Gates. Something Gates. Yes, that's the one. The wife is Belinda. Yes, the Gates, Mr. Gates. That man, that money that is sponsoring Africa, Bill Gates. Thank you, my sister. Right, is the one that all these things that they are doing, philanthropists in Africa, is not ordinary. Open your eyes. If you are living in abroad, and if you have a patio, even if you don't have a garden, go and back. This Ghana must go sack, right? Go and buy them. Start buying soil. Be planting your food. There is going to be drought in the next 5 years, and it's going to be bloody. It's not just only in Africa, all over the world. That is why they started this machine. They will stamp you. When they stamp you, they will know that you are part of them. They will know that you are part of them. That is why they're doing sponsoring Africa. All this Boko Haram, they are the ones sponsoring them to destabilize Africa, because they know that what we have is more than what they have, and yet they want to get rid of us, and they can never do that. So we must, wake up. If you have family in Nigeria, go and start farming. Start rearing animals. Everything they inject, if you eat in this country, it's still you feel, I don't know about you, but any meat I eat like this, it's like, unless I go to abattoir myself, point and kill. But I will not buy from any other shop. Me, I'm very, very, very sensitive when it comes to that. Go to abattoir, see the meat alive, ask them to buy them and to slaughter it and do it for you. Otherwise, you are eating junk. You are eating poison. When you go to this Allah shop, even the Allah will tell you they are Allah. They are sometimes, they bribe them, and then they do whatever they like. I don't know why we are talking about food now. We are talking about money, right? But that is how God wants us to go. Don't worry. I'm still sharing about money. Step by step to money game. You must master your money game. Be your own bank. Be your own what? Bank. Earn your own money. Earn your own wages. Name your money. Oh, Nigeria before, how much? What were we spending? We were using pounds and pence, pounds, shillings and pence, right? We were using British money, but all of a sudden they tell them change the money, and the money naira now is not circulating. Because it's not circulating, that is why we don't have no coins. Nigeria, we used to have coins. One penny, 2 penny, 5 penny, 1 pound, 1 shilling, and all of that. All of a sudden, no coins. Which country doesn't spend coins? Which country is that? Tell me, in the world. It's only Nigeria. They don't have coins. All they use now is paper. Even the paper is not enough. They are cashless, and that is why they end up using POS, using your card. So by you registering your phone is for them to know how many people are in the country, how many are Nigerians. Even though you live in diaspora, we that lives in diaspora, we still have, we register our phone, because when you go to Nigeria, you use their own SIM card. You cannot use your international number in Nigeria. You have to buy their local number, their own local phone, whatever. Is it Airtel, MTN, and which other ones they use? You have to buy because you need to communicate with your family. So all these things is for a purpose, but because they know that Africa, they behave like zombie, as they call them. They behave like animals, as they call them. Animal, when you try to chase them away, they will run. They are like that. May God help us. You don't understand what I'm talking about. I wish I could just speak my language so that people will understand, but it's not only Yoruba people are here, so I have to be using my own jargon. Help me, Lord, help me. Okay, let's move on, my darling. So people live in a job, they work in a job and look forward to pay rise until when it's time for them to retire and go. Even me that I'm retired in this country, how many decades I've been in this country, how much are they paying me as a retiree? How much are they paying me? So it does, except you have a second, what do you call it? Second, what's the other money that I'm getting like this? If you have a private kilo tí ń pè ná, private pension. I don't know why the thing just want to scatter my brain. Except you have a private pension, then you will live comfortably. But if you live on this government pension alone, even now I understand that they are making, before it was 60 years, at the age of 60 years you retire, right? After some time, when it got to my turn, they turned it to 65. I retired at 65. When now I understand that it's 70. Now they want to push it further to 75. Why? Because they said people are living longer. So that is how they calculate your life for you. You better wake up and stand on your 2 feet and stop tiptoeing and say that 9 to 5 is comfortable for you. I'm not saying you should leave it, but have a second plan. Plan B. They always tell you don't have plan B. I beg, have plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, till Z. You must have it because it's your life and your family. Except you are not bothered, you just want to live challengingly and say, oh, okay, it's not okay. Let somebody talk to your brain and your sense and let it open like this, and let the scale that they use in telling you, oh, this is April now, pay rise, everything has gone up, your mortgage, your rent, your bills, everything goes every year. They had money, that one penny, that five kobo they had is a lot. Don't let them fool you. Have a second side hustle as a business and live on your own term, not in their own term, because it's not secure. They tell you it's a secure job. That job is not secure. They can lay you off at any freaking time. That job that you are in is not a secure job. It's not permanent. It's just temporary. Temporarily. A discussion on retirement, pension, and financial planning. Thank you, my love. Oshe. Okay. So let's assume that you are earning maybe 3,000 a month after tax, right? Or 3,005. How do you plan that 3,005 to last you in case you lose your job today, or in case you are sick, God forbid? What will you do? Will you be able to manage that 3,005 for the next 6 months? Because we are, anything can happen. Any antecedent can happen. May God forbid. But you never know tomorrow, even the next minute, right? So plan ahead and have a side hustle. And don't be too comfortable. Excuses. Oh, it's not yet time. Oh, it's this. Even there was a lady two ladies that I introduced to this course that I shared online, and one was eager. Oh, I want to join. After that, I didn't hear anything. The second one, instead of taking steps, she was pushing a charity to me so that I can be funding a charity. And I told her, me too, I have charity. I don't ask for funding from anybody except the government of this country that is helping me. And I use my money, majority I use my money. Because sometimes when you apply for that funding or grant, they may not give you on their own criteria. If I don't meet the criteria, they will not give me. Sometimes a couple of years ago, my son helped us to get some money, and I was glad. And when you get the money, you have to provide every information how you spend the money. So that pissed me off and said, every time you give me, I will be coming to you and we spend this. And I don't mind, right? Because it makes you to be in control and know exactly that you are not overspending or diverting the money into a wrong place. Because some people in Nigeria, I understand, I used to send money to one charity. They will not give the children that I send the money to for their feeding. I understand that they will share the money among themselves. And I said, okay. Then I stopped, because every month that time I'll be sending maybe sometimes 100,000, sometimes 120, sometimes 300,000, especially when it's Christmas time, Easter time, so that your children will be okay. And later someone sent me a message and say, mama, no, this money you are sending, maybe she wasn't getting enough, I don't know. Maybe she wasn't getting enough out of the this contribution, because they were not using the money for the children, for the sake and the purpose of sending the money to them. So it's very, very pathetic to see that, and I had to stop. So whenever I want to do anything, I give the person or the people directly. It will not go from one hand to another. So I stopped sponsoring charity in Nigeria, but here we do our best. Okay, so, and that is how God is helping us as well. Okay, however, I want you to ask yourself, is this salary enough for you? Or you are just surviving? They will say, we are surviving. No, you are not supposed to be surviving. You are supposed to be living. You are supposed to be living through your earning. Survivor is not a good thing. Oh, you are struggling. Oh, you are struggling. Oh, you are struggling. Stop saying that. You are confessing negativity into your life. Surviving for what? When God said, go in, go and multiply and earn. Go into farming. Go and start farming. Use your pouch. You can grow your pepper. You can grow your own vegetable. You can grow your own whatever you want to grow. Even yam in this country, you can grow. You can plant yam in the bag, I've told you. Go and get those Ghana must go back. Buy the soil. Get the seed. Plant it. This is planting season. This is April now. Rain will start falling. So when you plant now, and then you put it outside in your pouch or your garden, if you have garden, protect it. because in my garden sometimes we see cat that is jumping here and there, and I really dislike it because sometimes they jump into my garden. I don't hate cat, I don't hate animals, but I don't really like the way they do things because they want to drop their things there, and I don't really like that. So we have to use wire to prevent them coming to my garden. Okay, so you are not sure. Let's say for example, unfortunate thing happen, your mom or your dad got sick and you don't have any penny at hand. You can't travel home, you don't have money to send to them immediately, and if the worst happen, what will you do? Like one man said to me, when his wife passed away, and he's writing a book on that, he said, I regretted a lot. Up till today, I am blaming myself that this thing should not have happened. And I said, what happened? Why, sir? What happened? What makes you say so? And he was telling me the story, and I said, yes, it is avoidable. The incident that kpai his wife is very, very 100%, even 1,000% avoidable. But see what happened. No one could help. Nobody. Everybody was saying, oh, I have my pocket is full. Ironically, I'm just saying that. Oh, my pocket is full. My pocket is this. If you have been saving money, even the bank could not loan him money. Why? Because his credit is not good. Do you know that bank can loan you money to buy a car, to get married, but they will not loan you money to go and buy property, because they know that if you miss out the payment of that property, the creditor or the what do you call it, mortgage provider, they can take it and sell it, so they will lose. So in other words, they prefer you to lose your marriage than to lose your property. You are not sure. Suddenly, uncertainty emergency occurs, and you need to fulfill that payment, which for certain there is no way, nowhere, nothing to fall back to. You have no savings, no money set aside, no emergency fund. You cannot call on anybody. None of your family could help. What will you do? That puts you into a tight corner. You ask your friend, they say, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So how do you feel? Let's pause for a second. How do you feel? Have you not been in that situation before? I have been in that situation before. There's no lie about it. I will not tell you it was all roses and roses. Before I came out of that problem of not having sufficiency, I have been there several times. But I have to sit down and think, is this how I want to be disgraced every time? Because I hate to ask, number one. Not only I hate to ask people for help, for money, I hate to hear no. I hated it. So for me to ask, I rather, find a way. If there is no way, I will be looking and say, hey, God, help me, help me. But if I don't help myself, God is not going to help me. It took me a long time before I said no. I cannot be asking, because, and the worst scenario is that the person I asked was my own sister. My sister that I brought to this country. My sister that lived in my property for years without payment. So when I needed that help, what did she say? Sister, ó dẹ̀ pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ òun o. Owó pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ. Since that time, I said no more. You look like you're from Australia, and I look like I'm from South Africa. Of course I am an African, a proud African, a proud African. Troy, what must Hey, yes, so thank you. When you buy the car, we give you my address. Send the car to me. I will, I will accept it with my both hands in my humbleness, and I will thank God for that. And mind you, that statement, you are telling God to give me a new car for my birthday because my birthday is coming soon and you will celebrate with me. That comment, I really appreciate it. Thank you. That God will provide me a car, 78,000. Is it in rand? Because you said you are from Australia. Is it in Canadian, Australian dollar? No. Australian dollar is no good to me. I need either pounds. That is the good currency. I live in a country where I spend pounds. I don't even need dollar. I need pounds. Even dollar, I can manage it, right? Thank you for that, my love. Someone is having a conversation with me here. You see this life, just don't take life too serious. Don't take life too serious, otherwise you will kpai me, too soon. Just take it as it comes. People are here making you laugh, making you think otherwise. Just take life as it comes. Don't take life too seriously, my dear. Take it as it comes. We are talking about money, how to understand the money game. Someone is saying that he's from Australia and I look like from South Africa. I am a proud African, an African queen. You are my African queen. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Who sang that song? Daddy Shoki abi Daddy which one? So as I've said before, this young man distracted me. Let's pause for a minute. Are you happy when someone say no to you? Of course not. Hi, my darling. The Lord. Thank you, my brother. Let me clap for my brother here. Of course. Monte Jenny, Nigerians, Africans, we look down on ourselves. We are God creation and the best out of the world. I'm telling you. Olórí ni Ọlọ́run fi èèyàn dúdú ṣe ní gbogbo àgbáyé kí àwọn òyìnbó tó wá pera wọn ní first world war. Says who? First country, second country, and they said the developing country. Wọ́n rí wa bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹjọ́ wọn kọ́. Not be their fault, abi. Now we choose to be like that, and it's not our portion. We will continue to be the head and not the tail, because Ọlọ́run kọ́kọ́ wo Africa, ó dá wa, ó dẹ̀ dá wa pé if you understand, you understand. If not, ask my friend ChatGPT to translate to you. Okay, I was going to celebrate Celine. Thank you for coming, Celine. God bless you, my sister. Are you happy if anybody should tell you no, or even your bank? Because they will find out about your credit, about your mispayment, about everything. They know everything about your account. So they know. They will use your name to search you, to go and look even as far back as maybe 3 years back, to know whether you are a consistent payer, where you pay, where you take loan, and they prefer you to take a loan out. Why? Because that will make sure that that talks about you, that you are responsible when you are making your repayment every month as agreed. If you don't miss it, they will be able to borrow you even up to £100,000, even 1 million. You are happy today. Yeah, good for you, my dear. You my dear brother, rejection is a blessing. Tọ́nà kan ò bá dì mí ò lè la. If one road no close, another one no dey open, according to the words of God. I've opened the door before you, but are you ready to enter? You don't even know. Most people won't know. Exactly. Most people won't know exactly because they cannot discern. Not every door you should enter, mind you, but sometimes when they reject you, it's because it's not for you or it's not the right time. There was a time I was questioning God. I said, Papa God, why is this? Why am I going through this? Why is this happening? Why now? You know me, you know everything, and da 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 da. God said that if I allowed you, something worse will happen. So in other words, if you if someone reject you or they reject you, I'm like your mom. I'm a mom. I'm your mom. I'm your grandmother too. Okay? I don't look like your mom. I'm your mom. I'm a grandmother to you. Okay? So so when they reject you, it's a sign that something greater is coming. But as human being, you say, nobody likes me. Why me? As I've said, I question and query God. I always ask questions from God. Oh. I will sit down and say, God, time to talk. And as I'm talking, pouring my heart out, I am receiving the message. I am receiving the word from God. So you must teach yourself how to do it. They rejected you at Ocean. Okay, interview for a job. British American Tobacco picked you. You see, there you are. There you are. Exactly. Exactly. Rejection doesn't mean it's the end of your life or it's just a beginning. And let me tell you, when things look tough and tight and you wanted to give up, it's a sign that you must not give up, that you must have patience. Delay is no denial. When things happen like that, just keep telling God, Lord, I thank you for this season. Thank you because I know greater days are before me. They are ahead of me. You have promised, your word is that, you will continue to bless me and I will be a blessing unto nations, not to your family only, to nations. If you are so selfish, say, God bless me, our family. No, the blessing of God maketh rich. The blessing of God for you is to help other people, not just your family. But in most cases, people, once they receive their salary, it's my family, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me. No, learn to give. And I've mentioned it earlier. It's either you learn how to save, when how to save, where is it? How to save, and you learn how to spend, or you learn how to give. Those, you fall into one of these three categories. If you are a big spender, if you are someone that knows how to save, or if you are someone that know how to earn and give, because when you earn and you give, like they always say, pay 10% of your money as a tithe. I don't pay tithe, even though as I'm a pastor, I don't pay tithe. I give that 10%. In fact, sometimes 40%, I give it out to people. I help people. I don't I don't I don't I don't I don't give church my tithe. I give to people. Yes. Let me read what the Lord said. He said, many cast themselves down because of rejection, not knowing is a good tool to success. Rejection is a good tool to success. All these things are good. Taye Lolumi ni mommy funny. Yes, my dear. Rejection is a good tool, but back home growing up, they made everything as if it's bad. Any negative thing they believe, oh, is the work of the devil, oh, is the enemy. No, there is no enemy anywhere. Don't let, they brainwash us. The enemy ni o, ọ̀tá ilé, ọ̀tá òde o, ọ̀tá. Èmi náà máa ń pray ńgbà mí o, because there are some enemy in the there are some energy and forces, power that is even greater than you in your family. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní pé ilé la ṣe ní gbé, ẹ̀kùlé lọ̀tá wà, ilé la ṣe ní gbé, and it starts with your family. I always say this, any problem tó bá ní, it starts with your family. Ará àta ò lè mọ ohun tó ń ṣe. Ìgbà tí wọ́n ń ṣe, ta ló ẹ̀mélòó, have you seen anybody they call witch? Have you seen anybody they call witch? Some people say, nítorí the girl, ọmọ yẹn sùn, mainly a girl, not a boy. Ó kásẹ̀ sára ògiri, ó ti lọ nìyẹn, ó ti bá àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ẹ lọ. People dream. Don't you dream and find yourself somewhere? Ìgbà míì wàá sùn wàá bá rẹ létí odò, ìgbà míì wàá sùn wàá bá rẹ ní patí, ìgbà míì wàá sùn wàá bá rẹ ní London, ìgbà míì wàá sùn wàá bá rẹ ní Jamaica, ìgbà míì wàá sùn wàá bá rẹ nínú ihò. It's just a dream. It's a nightmare. And let me burst your bubble. The dream that you dream, if you want to go back, look at how your day play up. What was the last thing that you did before you go to bed? What was the last thing, cinema, àbí movie, that you watch before you go to bed? That is what you will dream about. There is no witch nor wizard anywhere. There is no one that has power. People have power. We have power traditionally. We have power. God has given us those power. And those are the power that we were using, that Eyinbo came and packed and tell you that Jesus Christ is Lord. I am not saying Jesus Christ is not Lord. Everyone has a God that is a deity that is tied to. Let me read what the Lord says to us. Most young people can't keep their mouth shut regarding their but a little breakthrough. They are showing up in town to show they have arrived. My dear brother, there are two ways to this, and I'm going to share. So let me put my book down. I'm not done, but let me put this book down, right? I'm going to talk on what D-Law wrote here. Wisdom is key. Okay, my love, my brother D-Law, let me share this. I agree and I disagree to your comments. Why did I say I disagree? It's that most people, can't keep their mouth shut when they have arrived because of their destiny. It's because the way we were brought up. Eyinbo will show you exactly what they have, they are not proud. They are not showing you to be jealous. They are not showing off. It's a way of life. But in Africa, we were brought up. Thank you, God's love. You are here. Okay, we were brought up with fear. Don't do this. Ojú àwẹ̀ èèyàn ti. Yes, don't do that. Don't do this. Tíṣu ẹni bá tó jẹ, a máa ń fọwọ́ bò jẹ ni. I understand, because not everybody likes you. And not everybody will like you. If you have that at the back of your mind, you will not have fear or afraid and say the devil is at work in your life. No devil. There are occurrences that are bound to happen in your life before you get to where you want to go. Did you hear what I said? There are some antecedents that they must happen. Let's take Yinka Ayefele for example. Yinka Ayefele he was an able man, a musician. He's not even known. He wasn't known. But his boss sent him an errand. When people were going to talk about his accident, they say, ọ̀gá ẹ̀ ló fẹ́ lóògùn ẹ̀, ó ń gbé lọ síbi tó ti fẹ́ ṣe kinní kan, da. I know, I'm coming there. That is why, when you travel out of Africa or Nigeria, you will have a different perspective about whatever I'm talking or you are sharing here. D-Law, wàá ní ìmọ̀ tó máa yàtọ̀. That is why when you travel abroad, your thinking must be different. The way you see things must be different. That is why I always encourage people, go and get a passport. If you want to fast track it. I know people that can do it for you. Wàá sanwó ni, it's not free. But within some certain months, a month papa, you will get it. Travel. Some of my people are here. I've said it over and over. Travel to even ordinary Ghana. You don't have money for plane, no problem. Go by road. And I've said it. Even me, I don't take plane when I go to Ghana. I go by road. Why? Because I love adventures. I love to see things. I love to know. Cotonou, you pass through this, you get to Lomé. You pass through that, you get to certain village again. I love to see things differently. Before I came to UK, I used to live in Nigeria. I used to travel to Cotonou because the guy that I was supposed to have married with, his mother was selling in Cotonou. Even though his children was living in Nigeria, but mama ń tajà ní Cotonou ni. So it's only once in a month ni mama ma wá s'Èkó. But sometimes we go to Cotonou to go and visit her. So I will have that awareness, open mind. Nigeria, they have been this kind of culture in our tradition that everything is idolized. Everything. Má gbóúnjẹ jẹ lọ́wọ́ ìyàwó bàbá ẹ o. Má gbóúnjẹ jẹ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ bàbá ẹ o. I understand caution, right? But the fear is so much engulfed in their heart that even they cannot trust the next person. Wọ́n ní àgbà ìfura làgbà máa fi máa wo ni eléyìí ló ń ṣe mí, eléyìí ló ń ṣe mí, eléyìí ló ń ṣe mí. For how long are you going to live? You're a village boy, travel to Ibadan, Lagos, Jos, and God's own country. You said you're a village boy. Where are you living? In the village. Where do you come from? Where exactly? Ọmọ ìlú wo gangan ni ẹ́? Ọmọ ìlú wo gangan ni ẹ́? Let's talk about it. Ado Ekiti. Do you know that my first boyfriend, àwọn aroboto, ọmọ Èkìtì ni pọ́nbélé ìgbà tí mo wà ní primary school, but unfortunately we couldn't marry because àbúrò mi lọ ń tẹ̀lé àbúrò ẹ̀, and that is what they always tell us that time. Even though if you look in the Bible, ẹ̀gbọ́n bá àbúrò sùn, àbúrò bẹ́gbọ́n sùn, it's not a new thing. Gbogbo tẹ̀ ń rí, it's not a new thing, right? Nítorí pé ọmọ yẹn Abíọ́dún Aróbótó, ọmọ yẹn so love gbogbo businesses bàbá ẹ̀ pátá ni mo mọ̀. Màmí àti bàbá ẹ̀ wọ́n gbà mí bẹ́ẹ̀ pé mo ti marry ni. Òun wà ní City College ní Sábó, èmi wà ní Lady Lakiumi. Bá ṣe meet ní ebi tá ti máa lọ ń ṣe kí ló ti ń pè, every Friday they take us to a center where you learn how to cook, how to sew and all of that. Ebi tá ti pàdé nìyẹn. From that time, I came from a strict family. Papa mi tell you, you cannot even peep from the window to look outside because we have enough everything in the compound. I live in a middle class family that time, not rich, but we were not poor. So I mix and mingle with everybody. But then again, if you live in Ado Ekiti, make sure that you live. Your mindset is like living abroad. I always say something. Walk like a millionaire. Talk like a billionaire. Why? Because you are already preparing your mind ahead yourself that you are going to get here. When I was young, I always sit. That time, no problem ni. When they take the light, and we always leave our windows open. Kò sọ̀rọ̀ olè, kò sí pé kíní. We don't even have we have barbed wire, right? But we don't close our windows. Both the one on the ground floor and upstairs. We don't do it. Even garage. We have garage. Garage. We have third floor, right? But kò sí tó jẹ́ olè. So I will sit in the compound and I will look at the moon. I will be talking to the moon. When I see plane, aeroplane, Bobanki, Queen, you tell the Queen that I'm coming to London. You are right, and mo fẹ́ wà l'America. They rejected me American visa 3 times. But England was easy for me to to obtain. With the same name, I didn't change my name. So I want you to have a different mindset, not because I am here, although it's part of it. It's part of what shift my mindset after comparing Nigeria to here. Even the day I came, I left Nigeria in the morning. I came here at night. From the airport to where the house I was going, right? The light did not wink. On the streets, everything was littered. The following day, I was forced to ask, ṣé wọn mú náà lọ ń bí báyìí ni? The third day, iná wà. Fourth day, iná wà. It didn't wink. I was forced. That was my first shock ever. That they don't take light here. So that changed my mind, my mindset that I have come to a better place. Even though the way we were living, I grew up in a family, doctors, lawyers, pastors, and all of that. We were well educated. My parents came here to study. So we were well educated. Àwa eléyìnbó ni ẹni tó bá mọ Clifford Street, Ládékúnlé, ibi tí mo gbé nìyẹn, Dàgbà, and Abat Macaulay. Your time will come. You plan to since 1998, and you want to say, God has forgotten you. Try again. Don't give up. Don't give up. Exactly. Don't give up on your dream. Yeah, Yaba. That is where I grew up. Right? Don't give up on your dream. Just keep focusing. Keep focusing. I don't know what you do, but Masanto Nshenbibai, send me a message. If you need direction, I can help you direct you by opening your mind to something better. To something better. You say, D law, are you a lawyer? Did you study law or what? It takes someone to just a single thing. Look, we were talking about money, right? And someone was talking here, saying you are so, even let me read what you are so funny today and you are so happy today, okay? You are so good and at it, and I'm so happy to talk to you. Today, God see you look like my someone is writing here. Say Daniel abi David D-Law, let me tell you, if it takes you 25 years, it's not far. You have not gone far in life. There are some people, they marry for 25 years, no child, and they are still together. And you are telling me you've gone so far in life, 10 years, and you are saying it's far. In your eyes, it's far. You are thinking about your age is far. Look at the man that cried out that his wife got married in America. He didn't know. Lawrence, okay, all right. Thank you for sharing with me. God bless you, Brother Lawrence. He didn't know. This man said he will change 1 million and send to his wife, thinking that he's supporting his wife with the little that is earning in Nigeria. How many years distant relationship, and people were coming out. Before I came live now, I saw some people talking on Daddy Free's video on YouTube, and I was watching it. You see, that man, I felt sorry for him. Why? Because I could see that he is a very good man, a man that doesn't cheat. He is weak, and so this girl took his weakness to an advantage. He did not know that his wife got married, even though if it's for paper, make it clear to him that, oh boy, I'm going to do this arranged marriage. It's what people do abroad. They do arranged marriage. After some time, they scatter and then they go. Gen Z age. Okay, all right, no worries, my brother. It doesn't matter. Whether even if you are the age of my grandchildren, it doesn't matter. That is how I am. Don't worry. Right? So that alone tells you that it's the mind of the girl. People were saying that girl, even while he was married with this man, has been flirting with other women. And in one of the write-up that the lady sent to a friend, he said the man no dey panashuku am, the man no dey satisfy am in bed. It means that she is the type of person, even though she's legally married, she will still cheat on the husband. We were not created the same way. There are some people, they are created like dog. If they don't have sex for one day, they can never be happy. There are people like that. And it's not that they're doing it purposely. It's their nature. It's their nature. And nature is something that you cannot cheat. You cannot hide it. There are some people, okay, even if the man goes for 20 years, they will still remain being honest. There was a man that came to Europe for 15 years. He was married before he left Nigeria for 15 good years. When he got his papers, he went back. The man was weeping. He was crying that he did not believe. The girl was living in the family house. He said he did not believe that this woman will wait for 15 years for him. And the man too was so good at his promise that he never married anybody to get his paper. He stayed as a single man because he realized that this woman has been faithful to him. And he also took it upon himself that, for this woman, a woman, wọ́n ní ilé obìnrin ló máa ń tètè ṣú, ilé ọkùnrin ò kì í tètè ṣú. A woman age quickly, but a man doesn't age quickly. Even in their 70s, they can still have sex, right? But the man now vowed, they did a video, it's online, I saw it. The man now vowed and said, he knelt down before his wife and said, I will never disappoint you. I will never leave you. The woman sacrificed 15 years of her life. But to some men, even if you go for one day, they cannot hold it. There are some women that even if you go for 1 second, they can even cheat with your friend, your best friend. What is jack for a long time? I know. But then again, it depends on their upbringing. The home you were trained, the home you grew up, the environment you grew up matters a lot. Ilé Adekunle rèé, Muritala Muhammed Way. Behind us, same thing. Yaba Road. Àwọn tọ́ọ̀gì. Kí tó orúkọ àwọn other streets tó wà ní ẹ̀yìn wa. Àwọn thugs. But on our side, àwọn òyìnbó, àwọn doctors, àwọn lawyers ló ń gbé gbogbo area tiwa yẹn. Even though we still live in the same area, the same streets, but there are some areas that are totally different with people that are living there. Do we cross Simpson? Do we go to Simpson? Yes, because I have to go. My parents, my family has houses in Abat Macaulay. You know, that road, the corner you take to Third Mainland Bridge, that is our house. Okupe, ilé tiwa rèé, ilé àwọn Okupe rèé. So I have to still go there, but we never been friends with them because of the way we were trained. But coming here to this country opens my mind to a lot of things, and I'm still learning. Why? Because there are things that, they are not meant to be taught in our country, that they are putting in the life of children. And that is why you see some of them, they are not so clever. They are not so sharp at all. A child of 7-year-old here in this country cannot beat a child of 7-year-old in Nigeria in theory. But when it comes to technical, a 7-year-old will be acting like a 3-year-old in this country. A 7-year-old in Nigeria. In education, 7-year-old in Nigeria or Africa, or Nigeria in particular, I don't know about other parts of Africa, we beat a 7-year-old in this country in education. But in technicality, a 7-year-old in Nigeria will be acting like a 3-year-old child in this country. Can you see the difference? It's not that they are not good, but it's the way of their development, the way they were trained. These people in this country, they give them free mind. They become a free thinker. But in Nigeria, it's your parents that will think for you. It's your auntie that will think for you. It's your brother that will tell you what to do. It's your neighbor that will tell you what to do. In this country, nobody will come and control you like a robot. They don't control anybody in this country like a robot. But they have a system that is controllable, a system that guides you, a system that you cannot do anyhow. That is why the system in Nigeria is not working. Thank you, Lawrence. God bless you, my brother. Yesterday, I saw a video on Instagram. Kidnapper along Benin, something like that. Kidnapper, they were operating. People could not move. They were just showing the video far off. Oh, they've taken some, they put them in the vehicle. Look at this. In a country that we have a government, an operative government, if the government is operative, if as it was at the time of Awolowo and Nnamdi Azikiwe, this thing can never happen because I was alive that time. So there is a difference from their regime to the regime of these ones. These ones are there to just eat the money. They are not there to create system. We went to school that we did not pay school fees. Apart from our nursery school, we did not pay school fees in secondary school. I did not pay money in my university. I did not pay. It was a free funded government money. My primary school, my secondary school, and my university, I did not pay a dime for my education. And we had a qualified teacher. Education that is sound. But now, go to school, no chair, no bench, everything, even the roof is gone. And we have a chairman, we have a governor. What are they doing? They are there for their own pockets. They don't care about you. So you have your own life to care about yourself. Your life is in your hand. Forget about the politics. Forget about politicians. Forget about your own life. Adeokiti ló wà. Do you have a farm? Adeokiti ló wà. Bó ṣe sọ Lawrence. Do you have a farm? Go and start farming. Even if you don't have one, go and buy one. If it's only 1 acre, you and your family, because the next 10 years, the next 5 years is going to be tough. Wọ́n pè nǹkan ní 7 plus of cassava ló bá tán. Oh, kí ló tún fẹ́? Wàá ra gàrí, wàá ṣe gàrí. Cassava, you have multiple things that you can get out of cassava. You know now. So kí ló wá ń sọ? You are a farmer. That is the thing. Even if you have 3 degrees, you better return to farm. If you are living in diaspora, má rò pé bóyá kò ní kún ẹ, á kún ẹ gidi gbà. Mark it down. What I am saying is a prophecy. I'm not just blabbing. If you are in diaspora, you don't know how to farm, go and learn how to farm. It's not difficult. Go and start planting. You remember Dayton something. She lamented. She wanted to buy pepper. Even me, when I sent my son to go and buy me pepper, ata bíi márùn buy 5 pounds. I just wanted to cook with that pepper before I go to Spitalfield to go and buy. When he brought the thing, I say, kí ni fẹ́ fi lè ṣe? Me that I love pepper. I love pepper. A box of pepper, 300 pounds. 300 pounds. And I saw one of this man, kí ló ti ń pè? Fayose. You know that critics. He said, he was trying to bring pepper from Nigeria to UK because he has seen a gap. There is a gap that you need to fill. He saw that video of Adetun, just Adetun, yes, that's her name, just Adetun. He saw that video quickly because he has the money. He said, oh, now I'm bringing Atanla. What he normally brings was a mineral, beer, 7-Up, all of that. That is what he always, imports to this country. Now he's importing Atanla. When I go to Nigeria, I bring my own ata, my green pepper, ayamashe, gbogbo ẹ̀. I bring everything. The only thing I don't bring is onion. But lemon, lime, gbogbo ẹ̀, I buy. It's not that they are not here. It's not that I can't buy, but they are not organic. You see what I'm talking about? I go to the village, make my own garri. I'm a farmer myself. I go make my own garri. Go to the farm, go to the village, buy my goats, buy whatever I want to buy from the farm, from the village. I don't buy from Lagos. I go and source it from the village and bring it to Lagos. Aláti yára wa ní brain. Be mindful of what you are eating. Ìgbà míì, you will be eating shaki in this country. You will be smelling bleach. How on earth will you use bleach to remove the skin? How on earth? How is it healthy? Sometimes you'll be eating chicken as if the chicken is dead, gone. Bí ẹ pé ẹran èèyàn tó ti kú lèèyàn ń jẹ. But the thing is, in this country, if you are living in a countryside, right, you are free to grow, to rear your own chicken and goat too. That is why it's very, very expensive to live in the countryside. Eyinbo, you only see Eyinbo that are mainly farmers that are living in the countryside. Countryside with landscape, large land, 15 acres, 20 acres, where they're ranching their animals and all of that. The chicken, they kill it. But if you are living in the city, I cannot kill chicken here. When they see the blood, you have committed crime. You have committed crime. They must not see that thing called blood. It must not pass through the channel of your water system, because they will find out. So that is why we go to abattoir, do whatever they do, whatever you want to do there, and then you can bring it to clean it, do whatever you want to do and put them and freeze them, and then you can eat. Lawrence, connect with me, give me a follow, and I will give you a follow. Food will never be enough. Yes, food can never be enough, and you can never go wrong with food. Food in those days, do you know that it was farming that built many, like Ibadan, this Mapo house in Ibadan. Do you know it was the money they got from farming they used in building that Mapo? When I went to Ibadan last year, the Mapo, it has changed. My goodness. And this Festac 1977, it was this money from farming that they got the money from. Ẹ má bínú, màá pè yín padà nsìn. Èmi náà ti ṣe tán. It was money they got through farming that they use in build. Oh my God. Ó yẹ kẹ́ ti mọ̀, once I rejected. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, I have to go now. I have to go, okay? So thank you everyone. I hope I've enlightened someone, even though I didn't finish my notes. I didn't finish my notes because I wanted us to get it right, how you can help yourself. Let me quickly round up. I have good news for you. If you can learn a new skill, you can become a farmer. You can never go wrong with food. Even in this country, do you know that farmers, they are making hell of money? Farmers in this country. And that is why you see more of Eyinbo into it. It's only 2 black people I have seen. One used to be he used to, very young boy. He's a Jamaican or something like that. He went into farming. I've forgotten the job he was doing before. So only two black men that I saw in doing. There is one Nigerian one too in America. It's into farming. And also, and America, if you live in America, you have the opportunity to own your own farm. It's not, I don't think it's very expensive as here in this country. So, and yeah, you can learn a new skill to be financially free in your business and to leverage on the income that you owing that you are earning at the moment. And you can also earn more. Learn to save more for emergency. And my mom will say, in my language, má fi ìka mẹ́wẹ̀ẹ̀wá jẹun. Pọnmi sílẹ̀ fún òǹgbẹ. In other words, learn to save for the raining day. That is what my mom will always caution us. Má fi ìka mẹ́wẹ̀ẹ̀wá jẹun o. Pọnmi sílẹ̀ fún òǹgbẹ o. Remember the raining day, the days that it will be, they call scarcity. May we not know what is called scarcity, because it's not good. And I have shared it that scarcity is even better. Drought is the worst. There will be no food, no water, nothing. Drought. If you have lived in the north, you will understand what I mean by drought. Drought, D-R-O-U-G-H. Iyàn, Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká rí o. This will give you resilience in the face of an unexpected cost. It helps you cushion any financial setback. You will be able to budget and pay attention how to spend your money, and you can also save a fortune for your children. And I'm going to round up with this. Pastor Ashimolowo said this. And how did I know that he said it? There were some critics, there are some people all over social media that they call themselves, what do you call it, journalists. They put their mouth in everybody's matter. That is how they earn their money online. Okay? So, she was sharing, one of them was sharing, Pastor Ashimolowo, ó ti lórí wọn, ó ti lórí wọn, ó ti lórí wọn, ó ti lo apá àtẹsẹ̀ wọn to make his own mind, to design his own life, his children's life, his grandchildren's life. Now he's bragging. Let me round up with this. You see, God has given every one of us brain, but not everybody uses the brain. I'm sorry to say. And I like to say the fact. I don't like to pretend. I don't even pretend. I can never do it. It's either you hate me or you like me. It's one of the two you pick. And I couldn't care less. Either you hate me or you like me. I don't care. Why I don't care? Because I'm self-love. I love myself. So nobody will come and tell me, oh, I love you. Oh, you are pretty. No, that is additional. Right? If you don't love yourself how you are, then it means there is a problem. So I don't have problem about anybody disliking me. So, and when she said it on a platform, on the live video on YouTube, I listened for a few minutes and I'm thinking, it's good to condemn people, but you don't know their story. This man said when he was young, he was a pastor, a youth pastor at Foursquare. Anyone that knows Foursquare, we know that they are very strict. They are like the 7 days Adventists, right? That is their way. Because the Foursquare is very close to the school I went in primary school. Lady Lac. I went to Lady Lac. Blue and white uniform. I love pinafore blue. Oh my God, I love that uniform, that color, blue and white. So next to it is Foursquare Church. And I remember that even any time that we finish school, we will go and buy dundun and plantain. You know those overripe plantain? Àti mu epo, orí àti gbá. That plantain will be soaked with palm oil. Even the dundu will be soaked. And the woman will now put pepper. Hey, she will not put any other thing, but that pepper is like she put crayfish or fish shower or something like that. So beautiful every time I go to buy. So I know that even when I was young, they used to take us to Sunday school. And this Sunday school was a Pentecostal church. They were very strict that time. And Pastor Ashimolo was sharing in his church in Nigeria, in Mende, Maryland. And he said when he was young, he was a youth pastor in Four Square Church. And an opportunity came that they were looking for a pastor to go and start a church in America, right? But he said they refused him American visa maybe 4 or 5 times. He couldn't go to America. But fortunately enough, he found his way here. And when he started here, I used to attend the church because I used to live in Tottenham. What do you call it? Stamford Hill, around Tottenham, not Tottenham per se, but Stamford Hill in the East London. So I used to go to that church. That time they were just using one like a garage, to do the church, and I didn't really get it, so I left because it was using the model. This what do you call it? Um, not 7 days Adventist. Kí ni mo ti orúkọ church Four Square, and I didn't really like because that time is SU. You will cover your hair like this, like Olundu. You will wear a long skirt. You will not do makeup. So I stopped. So this man was sharing his story that when he came, things were not all that roses. They went through, they were living in one room with his wife, da 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 da. When they came to England, he saw opportunities, and he started helping himself when he set up a church. And I will tell you how Pastor Ashimolowo made his own money when he started blowing. They wanted to open a branch. Actually, they opened a branch where they now use as where they're selling vegetable. They call it Spitalfield in East London, right? He had a church there. But the government wanted to use that land, so they paid him off in millions of pounds. So if you don't know people's story, don't judge them. Don't judge them. And it's not of you to judge anybody and bring anybody down because you want to make this social media money. No, because anything we say against anybody, forget about is the man of God. Forget. Anything you say against anybody that you don't know their story is condemnation, and God will also condemn you. He will condemn you, and your story will be worse. So don't say because of social money, oh, you have the opportunity, because you've been beaten, you've been bitter, because you used to go to one church and they treated you bad and all of that. Don't compare the two together. They are separate beings and they're separate whatever. I don't care whether they are in a cult or what. I don't care. It's not my life. That is their life. That is the way they want it. And so the man was saying, I was fortunate to be flying first class. Sometimes even when I fly business class, economy, they treat me as if I'm in the first class because he was a frequent flyer. If you understand what a frequent flyer is, it means you have priority over everybody. I remember I shared it before. When sometimes ago, when Nigerian Airways was flying, every weekend I fly to England. We used to live in Kano that time. Friday, I will leave Nigeria on Friday night, get here Saturday morning. That Saturday morning, I go to where I will go and buy Ankara in Manchester. When I return that same day, that same night, I travel to Switzerland, Italy, to go and buy jewelry, to go and buy shoes, I will bring it back. And from there, that Sunday night, I will leave London and get to Kano in the morning on Monday morning. And I will take my market to Sabongeri, to the Hausas. They will buy for me. I travel every weekend, 4 times in a month. And I was able to do that through a sister that was bearing Cole, the name of my husband, my late husband. She is Miss Cole. And you know, as a staff in any company, right? If you have a family, you can add your family to your name. So they will have the opportunity to fly cheap rates. That time we were not paying anything. I was not paying a dime to fly to UK, yet I get the ticket, return ticket. I don't pay anything. So when you don't know story, ask. So this man said he's a frequent flyer. So every Friday he leaves Nigeria to come to UK. On Sunday evening when he finish service, he will go back to Nigeria because God has favored him. The government had the case with him in this country. That case wasn't an easy case. It went for months. But God favored him. The court told the government to pay him, and he got about maybe 100 millions or more than that. And then that is when he went to Nigeria to build his first home in Nigeria and also start property in Nigeria. There are opportunities everywhere. This man has land in Zambia. This man has, how do I know? Because he's my mentor. He taught me how to do real estate. The man I was sharing with you yesterday, that he told me about a course that I paid, even paid before him, and I even pay more. He is the one that crafted something for one of his businesses that is running till today. That is masterclass, wealth masterclass, that he sells as £199 that time that I bought it. Now it's gone up. Maybe it's £299 now or so. When I bought it, it was £199 when I joined. So if you don't know people's case, don't judge them. Don't condemn them that they are ritualists. They are using people's head. Nobody forced you to stay in their church. And these people now, they are about prosperity. If you sow a seed, if you pay tithe, if you pay your monthly fee, if you pay for first time, whatever, they will collect. And that is how they've been running. Even Adeboye, Christianity wasn't like that. My father was a prophet, was a pastor. I know how he used to run his church. My dad has 4 churches in Nigeria, 2 in Lagos, 2 in Ibadan. I know how things were running. Actually, sorry, 3 in Lagos, Shomolu, Mushi, and Yaba, and 1 in Ibadan, at Ibadan. Our home was one we were using in Yaba there. We have 1 church, 1 in Shomolu, 1 in Mushi, and 1 at Ibadan. And that time, they were not collecting, they were not talking about prosperity. All they were sharing is the kingdom of God. But things has changed. In the 70s, when I came to this country, it wasn't like this. Where I am living today used to be a desert. When I'm traveling by on the road, it's desert. Apart from a milk plant where they are doing milk, that is the only thing that was on the main road. The rest were forests, nothing. But look everywhere today, 40 years later, look, houses everywhere. This is where Wembley is. Look at me, Wembley is here. As I'm seated, I'm looking at Wembley Stadium. So changes happen and things revolve. Changes happen. You cannot expect him, when he saw that opportunity with someone that has wisdom, to now say the country where they wanted to get rid of him, to now use the money and plan. He's got properties here. He invested in properties. He was teaching people how to start their own property business. For crying out loud. If you have the opportunity as a farmer to train people, won't you charge them? I'm just using that as a scenario. If you are running a business that you are successful in it and you want to train other people, won't you charge them? Before you may do it for free. Oh, it's a good gesture, it's a goodwill gesture, you can do it for free, but not anymore. People don't do that any longer. Any little opportunity, they want to earn from it, and that is the way forward, for crying out loud. Nobody should hold your hand because you want to eat. Nobody. So in other words, please let us be careful and be mindful of what we say about people. Words go fast, especially when you are tarnishing people's image. That will not stop him. The man was sharing that when his children, he only has two children, two boys, right? When his children were getting married, he gave each of them a property because it's an investment. It's an investment. He could have given them money, they would maybe probably squander the money within 6 months, and that's it. Remember, like the boy in the what do you call it? This boy in the Bible, uh, a prodigal son, like the prodigal son. He told his father, give me my inheritance. Give me, I just want to get out of the house. I'm old enough. I'm capable. He wasn't capable because he wasn't ready. He just wanted to copy his friends. And he went and he got burnt. At the end of the day, he was eating with the swines and all of that. And he thought one day, listen, I'm a king in my home. I'm a royal priesthood in my home. Why am I here sitting and eating with the pig? When he get back his senses, he returned home, and his father welcomed him. So this man says, even my children, my grandchildren, I have guaranteed their life forever. I pay from the nursery to secondary to university. They can never lack any children. Do you want to continue in poverty? Do you yourself pray to continue in poverty? If you have any opportunity, you better grab it with your both hands and run with it, because opportunity like that comes once in a lifetime. How many people will come and tell you they've been in abroad? Thank God for some of us that has the opportunity, that choose the wisdom. They will come and tell you, I have one house, two houses, three houses, four houses. No, they will live in that one, managing, pay the mortgage for the rest of their life, 30 years, 40 years, because they don't have vision to say, oh, I can remortgage my property to buy, to rent. I can remortgage my property, the third property, to buy, to rent, because they don't have the sense, they don't have the wisdom. So, and they say wisdom is profitable. So let us stop judging. Even if you know their worst case scenario, don't use it against them. You can make money without bringing anybody down. All men of God are not the same. All men of God are not the same. Even though you can see it clearly, they use the tithe and telling you heaven is somewhere. If you don't pay your tithe, you will not reach heaven. Says who? Where is the heaven, for crying out loud? Where is heaven? Heaven is here on earth. When you die, where do they bury you? Did they take you to the sky to go and bury you? They dug the ground and put you there. That's the end. That's the end. The cat, the rat, the animal. You will grow flower. You will grow what? You will grow flower. You will grow. That's on top of you. Except, if they bury you in where it's secured, like the burial ground, they have like a private burial ground that you cannot just walk in, but you pay for it. It's not free, because people will maintain it. They pay for people to maintain it. That crematorium, they pay. And they're doing that in Nigeria now, like this that Ebony. Unfortunately, the man died in a plane accident with his son. Unfortunately, that year it was so bad. It was so bad. He died in the plane accident when he was traveling with his first son. Unfortunately. Hey, thank God for that. Thank God I've overspent my time today, and I'm glad I did, because when people bring out share their opinion or share what is in their mind. It's good to spend time to share, understand their pain. Because like this one said here, Troy, he said, I'm glad that I'm able to talk to you. He doesn't know me. I don't know him. He's just a friend on social media. But hey, some people, sometimes you need to just speak out so that your heart, you will have peace. You will have peace. There are a lot of people, many people are going through a lot that they just need to spend time with, maybe for 1 minute, for 1 second. That girl that they killed in Zanzibar, in Tanzania, had it been she knows someone that she could reach out to speak to, or even called parents and say, hey, things are not good here, please, I need to get out of here. But unfortunately, they said even to get to the resort is about 1.5 hour drive. Does she know anyone that she could call to take her out of that place? She doesn't have the opportunity. She didn't know how. She's never been to Africa. She's never been there. She doesn't know a way. And it was in the night, not daytime, where she could, maybe find a way to run to, or whatever. It is well. It is well. Thank you, everyone, that you are standing by, and you've tapped. It means that you have tapped the screen and you have stayed with me. I hope you have learned one or two things that will help you. Either how to make sure that you understand the money game, how money works, how you can spend less, earn more, and save more for the raining day, and to have a change of life, to live a better life. Life is for enjoying, not enduring, not just for surviving. Life is for living, and living good. Until I come your way, I still remain Opeolu Cole, and the same only host on this platform for now. Maybe in the future I'll be sharing with people, I don't know, but I have the belief that you know God has blessed you and I today with what I shared with us. And until I come your way, stay blessed. We have 21 shares. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for Tijesu and everyone that has shared the live stream. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Take care and God bless you. Have a lovely evening or afternoon wherever you are.